Hello everyone, Kirk Hamilton here, looking at another Oculus Rift launch game. This is Lucky's Tale, which I think you've probably, if you've been following our coverage at all, you've seen us write about this game before. It's one of the cool kind of marquee Oculus exclusives. It's sort of third person platformer where you just sort of float above everything as a camera, and you play as this fox who's trying to rescue his pig friend. Now this game actually erased my progress, or I erased my progress, I'm not really sure what happened. So I lost some of the levels that I'd gotten to. But I've definitely got enough to show y'all really quick how this game works. This is probably the coolest looking thing in the game, actually, is each level is in this book. Each level is in this book, and it kind of, as you turn the pages, it changes, the level changes, so now you kind of see what the level looks like. And you can just, everything looks really cool. I think this is maybe one of the things the Rift does best, is little diorama, like, just little sets that you can lean and look at. It just looks like little paper mache stuff. It's very cool. And you can kind of lean all around and looking at the little animals and stuff. So let's see. Let's just do a story mode level. Hey. So this is Lucky. He's the hero, and it's, if you've played any like a kind of rare or rare era N64 game, this is definitely channeling that. It's one of the more relaxing VR games as well, just because it makes you feel a little funny, I guess, if you play it for more than maybe half an hour in a sitting. But for VR games, that's actually not bad. And you know, it's mostly mellow because your camera sits still. You can do a cute thing where you lean in, hello, and he waves at you. You can kind of knock him down if you get too close. A lot of these games do that, where the characters in the game kind of detect if you lean in close to them, because obviously there's head tracking on the Rift headset. So this will look one way to you with all these games. This will look one way to you when you're watching it in 2D. It's obviously not really possible to convey what it's like actually being inside of it, but it's very neat. It's very cool looking when you're in the game. I would say that this game, I probably wouldn't play this game a whole lot if it weren't in VR, which is one of my sort of litmus tests for these games in general. It's fun, but it's not, I mean, it's not reinventing the wheel or anything. You collect coins, you jump around. It's neat as a showcase for the technology, but you know, it doesn't feel like an indispensable platformer. But then again, I've played probably through 4 of the worlds now, and so I haven't seen the whole game. It could be that it gets sort of more interesting as it goes, or more challenging. It looks really, really good. It's a very, very polished game. It moves really well. It's, you know, running up at, I guess it's 90 hertz. Just like the rest of these VR games do, so... Oh. And some of the, I mean, the effect of basically looking down and around and, like, looking around the level as your little guy jumps around is extremely cool. This is probably what I'm about to do, is probably the coolest thing I've seen in the game, actually. There are these little underground areas, you know, like in Mario or whatever else, and they're sort of, they look like this. So they're like a little side, suddenly you're floating out in space, and it's a little diorama. And it really looks cool. Just this type of, this size of thing in VR is really awesome looking. It looks like it looks like you could reach out and touch it. Yeah, I almost wish there were a whole game that was just like that. Hey, buddy. So for the most part, I'm just kind of playing it. I mean, there's not a lot of VR trickery going on. Like, there aren't sections of this game where you need to use the headset for anything. Like, you aim a couple times, you'll aim with your headset, but it's not like, you know, there are really secrets. There are times where I'll hear something and look over and see it and then have Lucky go get it, but it's really just kind of a video game that you play while wearing a VR headset. A little bit like Chronos and like some of the other games. The VR isn't an essential part of the game, but it is what makes it really cool, so. Soundtrack's pretty groovy. Not bad. Channeling a little David Wise. Oh, I took a hit. What? These timed things are cool looking. Oh, we're gonna get to do another one of these little things. Yeah, these actually really do feel like Donkey Kong Country. Just really, that's just really cool. It's hard to convey. That's just really cool looking. Jeez, this whole level is really cool looking. It just looks real. It looks like something I could actually touch. Oh, there's like a present up there. Oh, look at this. I'm gonna get this. Yeah, I got the present. You found a present. Press Y in the server to view your... Okay. Never gotten that before. It says shoo to the birds when he runs through them. It's pretty cute. Oh. Oh well. Oh. Ouch! Okay. Yeah, so there's something to the ability to just look around and see where you just were and see where you're going. It's easy to just sort of play the game looking forward and watching Lucky, but it is cool to sort of lean outside of that, even though it's not really necessary to the game. Look at this guy. This game runs very well too. I get a little bit of judder and frame rate stuff because I'm recording it right now, but when I'm not running recording on the same computer, it runs really well. So this is one of the things it does that uses motion control, which is cool and pretty organic. You just kind of look. You can see I'm looking around to aim. Oh, it tells me. So there are times where you'll have to fight enemies that throw bombs at you, and you pick the bombs up. It's pretty natural kind of motion control, considering that you're already wearing the headset. Let's see. The music does a cool thing here where it sort of changes to a different instrumentation depending on where you're standing in the level. Go, go, go. Shoo, 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 shoo. Takes a little getting used to position him right, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better at it. Nice. Coming toward the end of the level here. Oh, I got these invisible coins. So you can see the end of the level, it's very Mario-ish. You kind of have to time your jump to get the highest point. Let's see. Oh, bad. And then you kind of watch. You have to look up. Ah, and then he flies away. And that's the end of the level. High score, alright. So that is Lucky's Tale. It's a cool Oculus exclusive launch game. It's definitely a cool thing for virtual reality. A pretty fun game. It's not breaking the mold on third-person platformers of this, in this style, but it's definitely cool. Really beautiful looking, very polished. Very cool game.